Ibomane gente ayekene unozo anobose uwuluchita. Daluli nene kunu sinesela ni fine mene nilu akwụkwọ ụmụ Chineke. Awetelu nnukwu ozi ọzọ dị oke mkpa gbasara maka ife na-eme n'ala Igbo and the entire Old Eastern region. Alright, dịka o si dị, ọ na nkwa ikwelu na egene wetelu update ọbụla bụ maka ife na-eme n'ala Igbo and maka nwere onwe nke ndị Igbo. Ọ nkwa ikwelu unu. Okay, tata n'ụbọchị nke taa but 30th of September 2023 were nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa iji maka ya wee bịa igosi ndị Igbo. Ọ nwere ife Biafran Prime Minister or Biafran Republic Government in exile Maazị Simon Ekpa and also the Biafran spokesperson Owefokwu n'iru akwụkwọ agbasata maka ihe the continuous session of morning tea nke anyị kwuru na 29th of September. So mana the continuity of it. So all those ịtọ nke bụ ọka fụrụ ofu ụzọ anyị ga-etinyere unu kunu gekwuo ya. Anyị ga-esi ya bụ ife ịdrọpụra comment gị gbasata maka ife ichelu n'ife the Biafran Prime Minister is reply to Ọhaneze ndị Igbo. Ọ bụ na ka o si dị m n'ọnụ. Daalụ nne. All right, over to you.
Very soon. In Southeast zone, I thought you said that Southeast, you don't know anything about Southeast. You are a Nigerian. So why are you here addressing something that you does not recognize? Why you are chasing your cloud and your shadow in the name of trying to become Nigeria president? You did not recognize Southeast. You did not recognize Igbo. And you are talking about the region, talking about the zone. Because you have failed. It is time to get relevant so you can stand in the midst of people to talk. As I am pious from Abakaleke, I got bagging Shinafo.
Every means of livelihood in the zone may dry up. Heavy arms and ammunition have become instruments of political campaigns, resulting in gross voter apathy.
It has become political campaign, arms and ammunition. Who are those that are doing campaign with arms and ammunition? The people sitting there with him, including himself. Are we doing political campaign in Biafra? The answer is no. So if anybody is using arms and ammunition to do political campaign, is the whole Posodema. He's sitting there with him. Is he himself? I am pious. I have done it in Ebonyi State. Is Soludo is sitting there with him. Mba of Enugu is sitting there. All of them are the one using the guns and ammunition to do campaign. They are talking to themselves. Biafra do not have business in Nigeria politics, so we don't involve. Our guns are focused at making sure that military don't come to kill our women again. The terrorists in the army doesn't come to kill at will like they used to do before. That is what our gun is doing, and it is working perfectly, serving that purpose.
If care is not taken, very soon, Southeast will lose national political relevance as votes from South.
He says very soon, Southeast will lose national political relevance. Ask him, when has Southeast ever had national political relevance? A region that has never produced one president of Nigeria. So if they have not lost the national political whatever relevance, when he had, what does it, can he define what he mean by losing political relevance? You can't produce a president and you claim to be part of the country from 1960 to now. And then you are saying if care is not taken, he thought that Nigeria was created yesterday. He thought Nigeria was created yesterday. So it is the agitation for Biafra and the liberation of Biafra is going to make the Southeast to lose political. We are not part of Nigeria. If you are talking and addressing Nigerians, address them. It's your business. We don't stop you. But you see, you can't be addressing Nigeria in Biafra territory. You people have committed abomination today. I will never forgive you for that. I purposely allow you people to have this meeting. And I know the reason why I did it. But we go shock you. We are going to shock all of you. I know the reason why the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra resistance fighters allowed you people to have this meeting? I know the reason. I'm not going to explain the reason, but I'm going to explain the reason on a good day. Otherwise, you think what do you have there? We enter there and scatter everywhere. We have the capacity as of today, but you people don't know. Hope Uzodimma know what I'm talking about. He's aware. He knows that we have the capacity to enter where you are in Imo, any place you are in Imo State, irrespective of whatever amount tank you have there. The time has not come for that. The time is going to come. When the time comes, you will see it happen. I am following the step, and I will never miss this track. No matter the provocation, my target, I can never miss it.
Southeast will no longer be of any consequence. Crime and criminality have become widespread in Southeast because common criminals have taken advantage of the agitation. There is clearly.
He said common criminals have taken the advantage of the agitation as if they like the agitation. Okay? He said common criminals have taken the advantage of the agitation as if they like the agitation. Did they like the agitation? Have they been part of the agitation before? So why are you now worried about who has taken over agitation that you were never part of? Why are you worried? You're worried about the agitation has been taken over. You never supported agitation. You never believed in agitation. You never part of the agitation. So why are you worried about something you've never been part of?
There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them.
Now I want every Biafran to listen and listen attentively to this. I'm going to play again the video of this idiot. Somebody who was talking about Igbo, talking about Southeast. I want you to listen to this. We're going to play from 33.
Government is not just about the leader or a few people in government. The government must be the responsibility of everybody for it to make progress. You give everybody a stake in that government, and of course that is what we talk about patriotism. And people will commit to it and make a success of your policies.
All right, let me come here, Senator Aim. And there are two critical questions as to the political dimension of your ambition. No matter what it is, no matter how wonderful your ideas are, it still boils down to the fact that your political party needs to make a decision that will favor you to emerge as a candidate. First and foremost is the issue of Igbo presidency and the capacity of the Southeast being able to get a ticket of a political party like the PDP. Your party seems to have thrown it open. How will your chance look in the light of this? Does it dim your chance when your party has thrown it up and it looks so much that we have more northern hopefuls or aspirants in the PDP?
I'm losing you, but I have heard you to a point. Well, let me say that PDP is a national party and not a Southeast party. Let me also say that all through my political life, I've played at the national level. I have never had any experience at the regional level. I've been president of the Senate right here in Abuja. I've been secretary to government right here in Abuja. I have made few interventions at national levels. The one you mentioned when this country was at a crossroad over the issue of the then president being sick and not transmitting a letter. And you also know that given the rising insecurity at a point, I wrote an open letter to the president. I have operated at the national issue, at the national level, and my desire and interest is at the national level. So there are people from the north, from the west, from the east, and all that aspiring to lead, to pick the presidential ticket of my party. I am putting my credentials on the table alongside theirs. And whoever the party chooses, I am a party man. But I believe that I have the right credentials, I have the right experience, I have the right capacity, I have the right competence, and I can compete with anybody on the table.
So, but what about the chances of an Igbo man? Is it time for the Igbo presidency? The agitation has been on for a long time. The North Central region will also say we need
but why
a chance.
Are you promoting this?
But
why are you promoting this Igbo? Am I not a Nigerian even though I'm from Southeast?
Did you hear that?
Is it not a reality, Senator?
I am qualified.
No, but,
I am qualified.
Did you hear that? Why is he promoting this Igbo?
Hanging over, as much as some of us don't like.
Did you hear that? Why is he now, Pius Anyem, standing in the middle of people so-called Southeast to discuss the insecurity, to discuss the development, to discuss the Igbo, to whatever they want to? He is now asking a Yoruba man, why is he promoting this Igbo? He don't want to associate himself with Igbo. He don't want to associate himself with the Southeast. Today, he was part of the meeting to discuss Odema, their so-called Southeast. Does it make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to you. I want you to listen to how Nigeria made him.
To have this ethnic conversation, but it's an obvious reality of our politics. We talk about
a Yoruba man was telling this idiot that you are trying to avoid this Igbo thing, but it's a reality. It's a reality. And Yoruba man who is a journalist is telling this Afonshi that what you are trying to avoid is a reality. Now listen to what I am is going to tell you.
About religion, we talk about ethnicity. They have characterized our politics. And so they determine it most of the times, except a politician wants to deceive himself or herself. And that's why.
Did you hear that? Shegu now said, except a politician want to deceive himself or herself. So what Shegu have just done now is to tell this idiot who have been misrepresenting Igbo with the highest brain, that he is just deceiving himself if he claims not to know and understand this Igbo thing in Nigeria. I want you to listen to it again.
Igbo. Am I not a Nigerian even though I'm from Southeast? You should not promote
is it not
this
a reality, Senator?
I am qualified.
No, but
I am qualified.
But is it not a big question hanging over, as much as some of us don't like to have this ethnic conversation, but it's an obvious reality of our politics. We talk about religion, we talk about ethnicity. They have characterized our politics. And so they determine it most of the times, except a politician wants to deceive himself or herself. And that's why I'm asking the question, is it ripe now for an Igbo presidency?
Shegu, in my little years in politics, are you with me? In my few years in politics,
absolutely.
President Obasanjo from Southwest became a president, not because Southwest supported him.
Now listen.
They did not want him, they did not support him, but Nigeria chose him. Mr. Shegu, again in my little political life, President Buhari ran for presidency 3 times. Each of those 3 times, he will have a winning vote in major catchment areas in the north, but he will not win. Until he teamed up with the south, he now ran and he won. So, for anybody from Southeast, it's not the Southeast that will make you the president. You are not going to be a president of the Southeast. You are going to be a president of Nigeria. And it is my desire, it is my effort, it is my target to be acceptable to Nigerians. If I am acceptable to Nigerians and Nigerians voted me in as their presidency, as their president, it does not matter where I come from. And I have a record, I have a pedigree. You can look at my record and you agree with me that I have been nationalistic.
Are you hearing that? He has been nationalistic. I want you to listen,
And I don't see, I don't think I am limited because of where I am from.
Okay.
If anybody is trying to limit me because of where I am from, I think it's a disservice to this nation. And
are you listening to that? That for him now, when PDP was making its law on rotational president, and they rotated it to North, and Pius was part of them, he did not say, well, if you rotate this into North, are you trying to limit the people in the North? No. They say, okay, after this one, it will go to East. And Pius or whatever shit he is called was part of the meeting. He did not say, if you rotate it to the East, it is going to limit me from becoming Nigeria president. No, he accepted it. But because he continued to remain a slave, a shitty slave that he is, who cannot speak up to defend his right. So he has been defeated and is very scared of challenging the Fulanis. Now listen to another thing he vomited from his mouth.
I won't give in to it.
Okay.
I will aspire as a true Nigerian.
Okay.
I will aspire as somebody who has become whatever I have become in my life because I'm a Nigerian.
Are you hearing that? He is going to do everything he is doing now, including the speech he made in Imo State today, because he has become an impious because of Nigeria. He has become everything he is today because of Nigeria. Nigeria made him. The corrupt system made him. The terrorism made him. The killings made him. And because of that, he is going to kill and also brand freedom fighters as criminal, because Nigeria made him. We are fighting Nigeria that made him. So you can never expect somebody like this, a criminal, a fraudster, a corrupt, idiotic, elephant-smelling pig like this man to support the liberation of Biafra people. Never. Because Nigeria made him. And you are fighting the entity that made him? No. And in all this, he did not say, if I come to this gathering of the Southeast, are they going to see me also as limiting my own thing as the South? Why should I associate myself with them in the Southeast? No. He was addressing issue of Southeast. He did not address it as a Nigeria issue. He singled out the Southeast to address the security challenge in the Southeast, to address the economic challenges in the Southeast. He did not say is Nigeria, because you can't be calling Southeast, you can't be, segregating the Southeast, because that is his philosophy. He should have been saying, I did not come here today to talk about Southeast, because as a Nigerian, as a nationalist, I don't see anything like Southeast. I am here to address you as Nigeria. So this Nigeria is not doing this. This Nigeria where people are sitting at home is not doing well. This Nigeria where... So why would you be now talking about the Southeast when it comes to the issue of Biafra? And then you remember that you don't want to talk about... there is nothing like Southeast when you talk about the presidency, because you are a nationalist. Today, the nationalist of Pius Anyim disappeared. He is no longer nationalist. He is now trying to talk about the interests of the people so-called the Southeast and the security challenges of the people so-called the Southeast. He is no longer a nationalist, because if the nationalist, you should be talking about the security situation in Nigeria. Even when it is being discussed, even when it is just about the Southeast, he will not single that Southeast because it is a national issue. Just to tell you how demonic, how devilish, and how stupid this smelling pig is. And very, very soon, those people that he is bringing to kill in Biafra land, he will also pay for it. Listen to him again, oh. Listen.
To this nation. And I won't give into it. I will aspire as a true Nigerian. I will aspire as somebody who has become whatever I have become in my life because I'm a Nigerian. I will aspire to intervene in the affairs of my country at a time I think my services are needed, as I have intervened before, even outside office. The Senate was turbulent. I became president of the Senate. I stabilized it. And for every reason under the sun, I am not limited from where I am coming from. I am a Nigerian, full-fledged Nigerian, with experiences across board, and I want to be accepted as the president of Nigeria across board.
All right, Senator Ayim, about 120 seconds for us to go tonight on this program, and I have two questions for you. The first, so 2 questions for you. The first being the possibility of your party winning this election in 2023 after having a bloody nose in 2015 and consequently again in 2019. Does your party stand a chance against the APC that is at the helm of affairs at the moment?
Mr. Shegu, did you watch the test run on the Abuja area council elections lately? That will tell you. Abuja council election, right.
Anyway, we don't need to listen to this. Now, this is the same man who was part of their vulture gathering today in Imo State. I'm going to bring another.
And by dalulu nenunu anugo ka yabi face we ga n'ilu akwụkwọ the analysis and also yaboka the Biafran spokesperson and also the Biafran Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa she when they respond to the analysis ko si akowa ya nke bụ gịnị ka iwere ike ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ife eno n'ilu akwụkwọ a ka ife were ike ikwu gbasata maka ya ama m na ife anyị na-eme dị unu mma dịka ọ dị unu maka baalụ could not join and also drop your own comment on the comment below. It shows encouragement to if I name the by dalon nenu asim kachuko kabe magozu nine karabundi ne sola ni ai neme karabundi ne kwokwo mastama kifene mena nibo karabundi ne kwokwo mastamaka mazinda ndikanu and mputa ya asinunu gadike chinechi ada agwo otu ai kwuru otu akwa diriri ise. All right, thank you and stay tuned.